I've been making art since I was a little kid. So naturally I wanted to try as many different things as I could, and I tried art with sound to animation to printmaking, clay, sculpture, and glass. The glass process is pretty intense in the hot shop, and it's molten, and that really attracted me. In the glass there was a team, and you'd go down at night into the shop and it'd be full buzzing with people and lots going on. So I think that really drew me to it. I started blowing glass, I started making vessels, very classical shapes, practicing the technical aspects. And then started working in the cold shop, carving the glass, carving through the surface, creating pattern and texture, experimenting with color. So carving through it really, for me, was the point that I started to connect with it personally. My perception of glass has changed a lot since I started working with it. Perception of working it, perception of the meaning of it, how it relates to me. I think my approach is different now than it was 10 years ago, because just from that sheer amount of time you start to understand how a material works. And being someone who really loves to work with their hands and to make things, that aspect of my art process is really important, understanding the material. It's not the most important, and I think having some mystery to the material actually drives the creative process for me too. Like, I'm discovering new things all the time. If I was to think about a series that I made that sort of felt like a tipping point for, really finding my voice, I would say that the Coastline series that I've been working on, it's a mix between real sort of raw carving of the material, which is just kind of like draw a really simple line and then cut the material away, making decisions as you go. That series really helped me kind of free myself in the cold shop, because usually cold working is about polishing, precise edges, clean finished lines, and the Coastline series is raw. It's an eroded kind of surface, which connected me to the imagery itself of being a coastline and kind of topography, but also that carving process, real raw. So I would think that was a real medium between symmetrical pattern, lenses, and lines, which I still do and I love to incorporate into my work, and also really raw kind of fingerprint carving, removing material like you would do if you were sculpting wet clay. I see my work going in a lot of directions. And right now I'm really immersed in using glass, but of course I see it going in directions maybe with other materials. But as far as the glass process goes and where my work's going, I've kind of explored a lot of really organic imagery on the surface, geography and topography, and used that as a way to explore kind of a place that is a fictitious place that you would recognize as a landscape. But I'm also really drawn to architecture, and I'm drawn to the geometric imagery and form. So what I see is finding this mix between this really hard geometric fabricated image working right alongside with the organic, with the eroded, with the sort of natural progression of the surface, and finding a place in between. And whether that manifests itself in a two-dimensional glass panel on the wall, or whether it manifests itself in a blown form that's hollow and gets carved on the surface, that's sort of where I see things going. My latest series could be viewed as a partial revival of American cut glass. Bringing this traditional method into my work in a contemporary way is what I'm really trying to achieve. I'm interested in figuring out how to express myself using glass and doing the things that I love. I feel really fortunate to be able to do that. So I've got a long ways to go.